Okay. Okay. Should be everything running. Let's get back into it. Okay. We're asleep in a car. So, yes. Alright. We're in the Milton area. We just hunted a bear and completely stripped its carcass clean. Should be just over this tree branch. It's a big tree branch. Or it already disappeared. Well, we already got everything out of it. And now, like a serial killer, we have stashed all of the meat into several car trunks. And now it's time to find some firewood with which to cook such things, and eventually start navigating over to this cave system. It'll take us to the next region, and the Hushed River Valley region, in the top left here, which is where I originally spawned, and didn't really have a good chance to take a look at or explore very much, because at the time I was just trying to not get frozen to death. So, if I were a nice tree branch, I would probably be on the other side of this bridge. And if I was a mean tree branch, I would already be coal that Santa gives to all the naughty children. See if we can find something nice along the way, hopefully close by. Okay, not looking too hopeful. Because it is going to actually take quite a substantial amount of wood to cook, what is it? I think it was about 30 kilograms of bear meat, maybe 35. That's a lot. Never matted a stick. 10 minutes of burn time each. Easy to light. Lightweight. You can use it to tweak. Oh, hello, dear. Use it to tweak the burn time so that it's just right. Give it a little bit of a chef's kiss while channeling your inner Gordon Ramsay. Love a crow feather. Okay. I'll have to suck it up and just spin the 45 minutes to chop that up. Are we holding any water? Barely any worth mentioning.
I'd eat snow if the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
You can also eat snow after you melt it. You just have to wait. Okay. This is probably a decent start. Wood-wise. Some more over here. Okay, excellent actually. This should be enough. I don't think it's worth the time to actually cook and move everything from that bear. I just want a baseline of food nearby the cave entrance in case the northern region really just decides to curb stomp. Which, as the British might say, it might do. Okay, we'll start the fire. Put some meat, put some shrimps on the Barbie. And go find wherever I dropped that water. Yeah, speaking of curb stomp indeed. I have no idea. One second, let me check. Let me take a peek. All these buttons. I'm pressing the wrong ones. I guess the question is how long the shift is, right? But I feel like there are perhaps simpler ways to get a doctor's note. And perhaps ones that are less long-lasting in terms of health detriments. 12 hours too many, so that means a 20-hour shift, right?
All right.
I think that's how it works. Okay. Now, which trunk did I store this body in? Not this one.
Too much stuff to carry.
Well, I guess it's, you'd call it a home away from home. Or is where you sleep the home away from home at that rate. Okay. Gamey bear meat. I feel like if the developers were trying to not break the fourth wall so much, they could have chosen an adjective other than gamey. But I'm not judging. It is. Have you ever seen it before? It's, how to describe? It's basically a post... You know the next word, right?
Something to drink.
Post-solar apocalypse in Canada. The goal being to first not starve, and second not get not let another animal make you not starve. So there's assorted different things that may try to take a nibble out of you. I'm not going to pretend to be the you know, the most knowledgeable about it. I just kind of recently got back into it. There's some people who, you know, it's that kind of indie game where it's got a sort of cult following. But it's been in development by a small dev team forever, like 10 years it feels like, and way, way long ago. I did this survival game mode. It was much smaller in scope at the time. And I kind of want to go and explore the world and see if it's, you know, worth really drilling into or putting it down and then going into something else. But it's certainly got a vibe. Especially the dawn and dusk. As long as you're not stressed being hunted by wolves or something, it can be peaceful. Okay. You know, it's got the usual need to make sure you have a water source, food source, make fire, don't freeze to death, sleep, all of the traditional things, in addition to things like blizzards and ice that you can fall into. Okay. And you can tell it's Canadian because everything is measured in kilograms and liters. Yeah, it's, let me actually drop a bunch of stuff, and I'll show you the typical walking speed. So this is generally the speed. You can sprint if you're really in, and the sprint is actually quite fast. But it's also, it takes a lot of fatigue, and you'll have to sleep a lot if you sprint a lot. But it's, sometimes if there's something fluffy hot on your heels, it's really the only thing to do. Let's put that fire together. Drop all the extra weight. One thing is you can stockpile things, you know, in certain locations, but you can never carry enough to really bring it somewhere new easily. So what I tend to do, like I'm doing kind of now, is find some place that I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff and then just hoover up a bunch of nearby resources to that one location, ideally while something is, you know, happening, because leave the food on the Barbie for too long, it'll burn. So kind of don't want to spend very long away from the fire. But at the same time, where are all the branches at? They're hiding. Like here's some sticks. Play a little bit of pickup sticks. They're nice for quick fuel, and it doesn't really cost any time to pick them up. The bigger branches, this one for example, 10 minutes to break it down for whatever reason. It seems like it's Sims time. I don't know if you've ever played The Sims before, but it's like, you know, it takes an hour and a half to take a shower or make a meal. But it's quick. It's faster than breaking down a whole fallen limb, which takes about 45 minutes. Yeah, you know, you would think so. And I've got to actually grab anything. And so you can break these little guys down with the hatchet. It's faster. It's about 5 minutes faster, but it really goes through a lot of the hatchet's condition, and it's not worth saving the 5 minutes. But yeah, so really the only way for there to be new branches and things, they get blown down when there are blizzards, is really all there is. So you kind of have to wait for that to happen if you want to stay in one place for a long time. Which of course has the problem of it suddenly becomes extremely cold. Oh, and I feel like the frog person has arrived again. I remember seeing that frog emoji. I've seen that frog emoji 2 times, which as they say is not a lot. But it's weird that it's happened twice. Okay. So basically it's just speed through cooking this bear and then have some food to head north. You know, I don't know if a warm welcome is possible when you're playing this game. It seems contradictory to the theme. But what can you do? Other than wear several animal pelts and hope it gets warm enough from that. I will say, I'm basically a Twitch noob, so I don't exactly understand how emojis work. So I'll have to just assume that... Forgot to pick this up.
I might have to drop some gear.
Hold on, please. Might have to just assume that the frog is not something crazy. Although, I don't know if you guys remember that Crazy Frog techno song from the 90s. Okay, add fuel. All the sticks. Oh, is that a dabbing frog? I mean, these are just the default things, so I don't think you can really give me any props for that. Place. We boil, we cook, and I think it's probably not worth searching for and boil dry. Let's get that. Let's just cook with what we can with this much and then head out with the bear meat. This looks extremely sanitary, right? Okay, here we go. Well, I feel like perhaps salmonella is not the biggest concern in this situation. Let's see, this guy, and almost forgot to eat. One thing that I think
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
they added in between the first time I played this game and when I've come back to it for this survival mode thing is if you stay fed for long enough, you get a plus 5 kilogram limit to your carry weight, which is actually fantastic. We have enough water. But you lose it if you ever go down to 0 stomach. And so I try to be very aware of that meter. We just stand here for 30 minutes staring at a meat as it cooks, salivating. See, I hear wind. I don't like wind. Oops. I always click the wrong thing. Well, always half the time, some of the time. Let's actually drop some of the cook stuff. Drop some of this too. And ferry a bit from that other serial killer trunk. If the Canadian mounted authorities searched the trunk of this car back here, they would have some serious questions for whoever was driving the vehicle. Like, sir, do you know that you have several kilograms of raw meat, hatchet, a revolver,
Starting to weigh
a
me
strong
down.
rope, and several more sets of clothes than one person could wear? I actually don't think I care enough about the military codes to bring them along. These two guys. I don't know if they'd bother putting on the list. I feel like they would just immediately incarcerate you. Like that's you don't even have your mandated jug of maple syrup. That's straight to jail. Despite the maple leaf hat, which is a French word that I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce, but I think it's toque. This is what happens when you only read things and you never hear them. Yeah, like this is, so if you're really trying to haul a lot of gear, you can walk real slow, and it's actually quite painful to experience. Okay. 8 minutes, put down here. Cook, take, place. It's somewhat mysterious why they've chosen to have two different placing menus. It seems like it's an artifact or relic of a sort of split development cycle, or a long development cycle. Okay, let's see. Meow. And here's our second serial killer trunk. This one is more just, I guess it is a serial killer to be trunk. And this has, going to have all of the extra things that we don't care for. Actually, probably drop the bad hatchet here too. That, let's see. What else can we drop? A whole bunch of water. Whole bunch of water. So, right now, we have those 3 scent marks, which, to my understanding, means that any wolf within the, a 5-kilometer radius will be slowly zeroing in. And I've had some very interesting scenarios with the wildlife in the past couple of games. Okay, but enough arrows that I'm not entirely concerned. Yeah, this background noise, it might be low for you guys, but the bump,
This
bump,
gear's
bump,
starting to slow me down.
bump, 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 like the Friday the 13th kind of esque music is. I feel like it's a music cue saying, "Hey, something is stalking you," but it might also just be the vibes the developer wanted. Who knows? Gordon Ramsay, eat your heart out.
Feels like night is coming.
Yep, cook, and 44 minutes. I don't think we have enough time to cook another full. Here, let's do one of the half-kilogram ones. Yeah. Okay. And there's another one that's less than a full kilogram. Can we sneak that in? No. Okay. We can sneak in. So we just used this pot to cook some raw meat. And now we're making water to drink in it. Very sanitary. I suppose there's a reason that there's a disclaimer at the beginning of this game that says, don't do anything here that you would need to in an actual survival scenario. This is so slow. Okay, this is actually quite hard for me to see too.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
So let's fill up this trunk and then just take a quick nap. Well, not going to save the fatigue for anything, so might as well burn it.
Feels like a lot of gear.
It is a lot of gear. Okay, and this entire time cooking, haven't heard any awoos, so I think wolf-wise, it's safe. Okay, let's get some of this water out. Because sleeping is thirsty work. Drink and nap. A normal 12-hour sleep, that seems like a reasonable amount. Surely there won't be a landslide that makes this bridge collapse, right? Okay, and now take a few of these. Maybe not that many. A little bit more water. How fast are we? Okay, still pretty fast. Let's do maybe 2 more. Okay. Feels a little bit slower, but now...
I can barely walk with this much gear.
You're walking fine enough. Now I'm going to head over to the cave, drop all of the extra stuff, and just kind of see what we can see on the other side into that next region. That should be a quick hop, skip, and a jump. I did take the mountaineering rope, didn't I? Yes. Because I get the feeling that that's going to be useful in the next region over. Somewhere, anyway. 5 kilos is kind of rough to have tied up in the rope. That pun was not intended. But it's, you know, when you need to get down somewhere and it's only got a mountaineering rope to go down, there is no substitute. You could try to write the check with your legs, but I don't think you'd be able to cash it. Okay, then. Tab and... where are you? Click. And this is where the vibes are actually quite nice. Where's the turn in? I guess right about here will do. All right. So there shouldn't, well, famous last words, but there shouldn't be any wolves all the way to this cave. I guess we'll see once we crest this little lip here. Okay, feeling safe. Yeah, that should be fine. And I believe the cave entrance is right up there. So just go up there, drop a bunch of stuff. Maybe get a little, well, probably not worth lugging the firewood through. I'm sure there's enough firewood on the other side of the cave to be found anyway. Alrighty then. Yeah, there's certainly a sort of pastel watercolory vibe that's definitely appreciated. Although the way that they've done the skybox, I can really sort of, I don't know if it's an optical illusion or the way they've designed it, but it feels like the sky is actually almost like a diorama that you'd make in elementary school. Kind of messes around with my depth perception. Okay, let's see how dark it is inside.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay, so let's drop a bunch. So that just in case on the way back, we have a little bit of a buffer. And I guess maybe pop a quick nap. And if that doesn't work, might have to actually make a torch or something. Alright, I was promised somewhat lightness by that. But I suppose we have no such luck. Flashlight, nope. Okay, so then can we just make a torch? No, because we don't have any sticks. So then I'm gonna have to pick up some of these sticks, make a torch. Unfortunately, it looks like, well, I don't know if the game considers this cloudy or not.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
If lucky, maybe we can light it with a magnifying glass. Always a treat when that's possible. Okay. Let's just pick up a few sticks, break a branch maybe. Here we go. Not with the hatchet, because that is a complete waste of condition. But with our strong hands. All right. So we go. And we can try to make the fire right here. Alright, now will the magnifying glass, it won't work. Unfortunately. Although I suppose if you spend enough time on the coast
Come on.
and let things get washed in by the water, matches are, in principle,
That's
a renewable
done.
resource. Let's actually make some water. Water, and go. Okay. Take. And torch. Okay, hopefully this will last the whole cave.
Something's gotta go.
But I am somewhat getting the feeling that this might be a longer cave. We'll see. In a pinch, we can, I believe, use the torch to light another fire. I think these things have been... I haven't been here for so long that things have double spawned. 1 coal, 2 coal. In the same spot. Definitely been through this cave before, so I don't think it's worth looking around corners outside of the main path. Let's use one... Can I start with the torch? Yes. And fuel with the torch. It's torches all the way down.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. You just need to believe. The power of friendship. Embers.
Turned out pretty well.
Oh, perfect. Okay, which means we can get a better torch than that. Come on now. 21%. A little bit better. I think we can still do an improvement. Alright, that's more like it. Is that really the exit right there? That was kind of a waste. Oh well. Shorter cave than I was expecting.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Yep, there's a torch that I had before. I got stuck in this little valley here in a blizzard. On my first time. Speaking of which, let's start with a charcoal, make sure we know where the exit is. I've definitely been at least around a little bit. Actually, is that where our exit is? I'm not sure, let's find out. It is. Okay, so let's head over yonder. And then we can do a little bit more surveying. It's going to be necessary to find a good spot for a longer fire because I need more charcoal for more surveying. And I think it's something like 1 hour of burned fire gives you 1 charcoal. I'll need to find some branches and limbs to chop up. But in the meantime, let's eat and drink a little bit of this weight. And see what we can find through this pass. Actually, I wonder if now would be a good time to charcoal and cover this last little bit in betwixt. I think so. Alright, perfect. Perfection. You know, I was hoping for more branches. There's the saying, water, water everywhere and not a drop to drink. The thing I'm feeling right now is wood, wood everywhere and not a cord to burn. Okay, let's see what we can see from up here. Because this looks like it might be a quite large area. Okay. I guess. I think we're on a ridge right there. Let's head around to the right and see what there is to find. Yeah, they have some vistas. Unfortunately, that wasn't a one of those ones that lets you do a huge amount of surveying from one spot, or if it is, maybe you need like a clue to find it or to activate it. Okay, are those branches? Those look like they might be branches. Or perhaps a scrub bush? My favorite source of sticks? No. Alas. Okay. It would be awkward to fall off of... Oh, hello there. I see you. Well, that wasn't there when I was here before. This is the region that I originally spawned in. And I basically had to... Where did I spawn? Probably somewhere over in this area. I basically sprinted out. Okay, let's see. I kind of don't want to get too close to the bear, but at the same time, I get the feeling that the pathing isn't so good that if I was up on a cliff and shot it, it would find me. Oh god, there it is. Okay. I lost track of it for a second. I guess let's leave it for now. Uh-oh. And try to go around. I was promised branches and sticks over here. And leave aside the fact that it was me who was promising it to myself, I feel robbed. Or maybe use this. I doubt that the bear can crouch. Okay, there should be some body over here. Unless it's new, I've almost certainly looted it on my way over, though. Yeah. Yeah, I came this way before. I remember coming down this rope. Okay. So I really must have spawned somewhere up there. And that is a... Is this really not walkable? Feels a little bit spicy to walk. That's quite a long rope. I wouldn't want to go up that without an energy drink. It took me way too long playing this game to figure out that you could use things like coffee to make it a little bit less brutal to climb up a rope, fatigue-wise. That got kind of thin. Okay, this looks like... I thought it was a scrub brush, but it was actually antlers. Did I really not come back and come by this way? I would not have left these beautiful matches and this glorious cooking pot behind. But I will take this charcoal. Okay, so this is a deer body, and that's not on the map, so let us survey. Okay. I didn't check the backpack, did I? I'm so used to having gone through all the backpacks already. I didn't even bother.
This stuff will come
Can
in
opener, don't need that. Cooked gamey moose meat, take that. Although I would prefer my moose meat with more verisimilitude. You can't have everything, I suppose. I hear something snuffling below the cliff here. What's that about? Who snuffles there? Oh, hello, Mr. Fluffy. I see you, punk. Oh, what? You can't climb up? You can't climb up that tree branch? Oh, I'm about to break my ankles on that incline. Hey, wait a second. Why do I hear you up here already? What the heck is this? What happened? How did this happen? Or is there an arch that you can go under? Okay, you go under. But that means that I can shoot arrows at you with impunity. Come on, give me a nice clean shot. What a coward. Okay, I kind of lost track of it. Probably should have taken the shot when I had the chance. Let's see, do I really want to climb up that? I'm trying to remember if there was anything there that I saw but didn't get to. Not that I can remember. Probably save that for last to check. Okay, but let's move it, move it. So Mr. Bear is there. Definitely some acorns down there. And where is Mr. Fluffles? Well, and I heard you. Punk. There's got to be a better way down than this, right? Or even a way, whatever. Can this be a dead end? I suppose it could be a dead end, but... Punk, I hear you. Yeah, I see you. Kobe. Nailed it. Okay, so that's one taken care of. I'm almost certain I heard more awoos from farther away, though. Okay, as long as he's not coming back. Although I do want to eventually get that arrow back. Okay, is there a way down here? I feel like there should be. But I also don't think it looks like there is. So better safe. Let's see. Okay, should be good. Turns out that high places are actually the most dangerous thing in Canada. Alright, what is the best way down from here? Surely there's got to be somewhere that's walkable. Not that. Are you really going to make me go down by the bear? Truly an indignity. Wait, is this how we go down? Or is over there how we go down? This is how we go down. This is how we came. That is how we came here. Okay, where's Winnie the Pooh? I've got no honey for you. So you can just stay somewhere else. Oh, there you are. Let's start making our way around. Just broadly away. Step, step, step. This bear has been around. Okay. All these branches and sticks that I don't dare spend much time to pick up.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
I almost froze to death in this nook when I first came here. I wonder if the fireplace is still there, or if I broke it down or something. There it is. My little hidey hole. Uh-oh. Probably came a little bit too far out. Okay, bear's not too close. But getting closer. Okay, let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. And this probably won't break an ankle, right? Fingers crossed. Okay. Okay. And now we're pretty much down where I wanted to get. Go under that arch and see what there is to see over there. Hopefully somewhere safer that'll let us start a fire. Pant, pant, pant. Okay. So we are about here, heading north. It looks like there might be a gap up to the right, but I'm not entirely sure. It could just be strange map uncovering algorithm. But it looks promising. Actually, it might be a good idea to hunt that bear eventually, if only to have a more easily accessible stock of food in this region. Looks like there's enough rocks to make one of those outdoor rock cairn storage areas, which should make it preserve for a long time. Let's see. Alright, so the presence of those birds over there means there's something, some kind of body down below, which is highly suggestive that that area is accessible. Now, there's that broken railroad region. Had a whole bunch of stuff on the other side of it. Another rope that's already there. Had a whole bunch of stuff on the other side of a broken bridge that I could not for the life of me figure out how to get to. So it could be that that's actually not accessible, but for now, let's assume it is. More ropes. So many ropes. And that's actually kind of tall. I think maybe we start a little bit of a fire here. Make sure there's nothing interesting just over. Okay. That looks like a deer. And that looks like also a deer. Okay, I definitely hear a woos over there. And this actually looks like it might be kind of a dead end. But I think it's good enough for now. Oh, and if we're lucky, actually over here looks kind of cozy. If I'm lucky, the magnifying glass is in play. Ah, yes. Truly an auspicious day.
Come on.
And they said that using a magnifying glass to burn things on the ground would never teach you anything. Okay. Feeling good. Let's keep it to sticks. And now, so decadent, we have 2 cooking pots. Let's do some water. Let's also cook that meat that we found. Or was it already cooked? It must have already been cooked. So we can just double water it. Yeah, it is. The more you know. Okay, but for now, let's drop stuff. Oops. And take a peek at that other turn down here with the other mountain rope, which I suppose is how you get down, one way anyway. Okay, got some wood. Here's our rope, but is it a dead end? Mini fault vista, hello. Yes, please. Okay, unfortunately, no charcoal. So we'll have to wait for that fire up there to burn down, and then come back. Are you walkable? You're not. But in the meantime, let's get... Actually, I see a cave over there. Let's get this fire going a little bit more and actually climb up this to see if there's anything worth looking at. And honestly, it's kind of useful to do that just to burn some fatigue in order to line up the time that we wake up to the dawn a little bit better. Did not mean to drop the bedroll. Okay, it's looking windy. Hopefully we don't lose all of our fuel. Hope we don't lose all of our fire. Let's see how high we can get. It's almost immediately going to over-encumber. I don't know how much that'll affect the climbing speed. Yeah, it already feels like it's slowing down. Okay, but not too bad. Pretty brutal, but not too bad. Okay. Surely nothing fluffy is waiting here to ambush, right? Oh wow, what's this?
I just need to close my
A
eyes.
mysterious signal fire. Indeed. But also somewhat concerning. Well, it says signal fire. It looks like a signal fire preparation, but I mean, it's smoldering, not really burning. Okay. Moose-hide satchel,
I could use
my
this.
favorite. Where is it? Here. Oh, I guess you can't double moose-hide, huh? I would be double pursing all day if it would give me 5 more kilograms of carry weight. Love a good whetstone.
Could end up being useful.
Don't need that. Take that. Always love a magnifying glass. Always love some ammo. Don't need this. This place is actually got quite a substantial amount of swag. And I guess this is the poor guy who it all belonged to. I wonder if a branch fell on him. More hatchet. What a windfall.
Too heavy.
It's been too heavy, man. You know, I actually haven't found a sewing kit in a long time. Okay. So, I think we take a quick nap until we are under the encumber limit. Might have to drop some things in addition. And then climb back down. So let us, for now, nap for probably 6 hours. Drop a couple of things, maybe eat some food, drink some water. Yep. Leave what we can up here. Oh, okay. Not as dark as I had feared. Okay, drop you over a little bit, and drop you. I kind of want to bring that down. And we can. Excellent. Here we go. Always easier going down than coming up. Which is the opposite of bouldering. And sometimes it feels like running and walking up and down hills too. Probably just uses a different set of muscles. Okay, here we are again. Take our beautiful charcoal. Was hoping for maybe more than 3. We have a bunch of wood and stuff we can drop. I said a bunch, it was really just the coal. There's definitely enough timber up there that we can drop one of the axes. I don't know why I have the flashlight. I never use it. And in the meantime, just take care of some of this stuff. Okay, looking good. I'm gonna figure out something to do with all this gut. And you can probably leave the bear hide here. Kind of want to keep the saplings with me. Okay, now let's sleep the rest of the way. Maybe 7 hours, fingers crossed. Alright, looking good. Take the bedroll, take 1 meat. All the water boiled, didn't it? I think I'll need to make some water. Which means we need a stick and a charcoal. Actually, let's keep the charcoal. Not charcoal. Coal. Let's break down some of these things. Ricka raw, break it down. Man, love a good stick. So very nice. Oh, and now would be a good time, before I forget, which I definitely will, let's grab this vista. Sketching on the top of a cliff at dawn, just as the devs intended. F10. Looking pretty.
Looks like a new day is dawning.
Wow. Actually expecting a little bit more revealed, but I suppose it's just about the right area. Okay. And now the real reason I came down here, to hoover up more sticks. And you can't stop me. Let's break this guy up. Alright, and now we actually need some water, and of course, because it's early morning, it's cold. Early morning, clear sky means no residual heat. But perhaps clear sky means magnifying glass? Question mark? No. You know, I bet if it's later in the day, we could magnifying glass, but I'll spend 1 cardboard match to save that time. A worthy trade. I do like the shadow effect that they have on the stones.
That did it.
So it did. Firewood. And actually just go kind of crazy on the water. Okay.
I could use a drink.
Mackenzie's out here looking for whiskey. A nice fire effect. Guess we just wait until this water boils. Hour 24 can probably do 1.5 liters. Oh yeah. Oh, that was 1 liter. Whoops. Whoopsie-doo. So drop this surplus firewood. All but a couple sticks. I want to keep the magnifying glass with me. Oops. That water was not completely potable. And not cook. Actually, yes, cook. Cook in acorn grounds. Use the acorn grounds to get up. Because it says it's like a weak coffee. Okay. Big one pot. You never know what you might find on the top side. I should not have drank that. Sweet, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, I promise. Okay, anything extra here? Yes, there is. There's you. There's you two. And there's you. And as much as I hate to say it, this beautiful inner layer moose hide satchel, which can wait until we come back. Pick up the bedroll. No, unpick up the bedroll. Sleep for 2 hours probably. Quaff an acorn tea. Don't forget the charcoal. And then head up. Slurp. Okay. Fatigue reduced. Very nice. And so now, how much water do we have? A lot. Climb, climb, climb. Climb like a squirrel. Dude's going so fast compared to before. It's actually crazy how fast that was. Okay. Ditch the water here. Most of it anyway. And let's see what is to be seen. We can do one charcoal in this clearing. And then head over. Whoop. That's a blizzard. Alright, it's not end of the world cold. So let's see if we can find anything like a cave. And hope the blizzard's short. Hello. But have I been to you before? Is the question. Oh, excellent. Actually, maybe pick up a couple of these. Now let's head out, because the one downside is I didn't bring a lot of food up. Okay. Are you a cute little hidey hole? No. Walking. I feel like I remember these scrub brush walls. That's a lot of sticks. Alright. We're breaking through. I was honestly expecting to have to do more than 2 or 3 of those to get through. Right, nothing here. Just a whole bunch of sticks so far. Sticks and cliffs. Okay. My only question right now is, based on the direction this little valley is going, I wonder if this loops around to the area that I originally spawned in, way back in the beginning. Because I wasn't able to actually fully explore it. Going to the top of the mountain in a blizzard is a good idea, right? I thought that was a cave. It's not. Could this be a cave? And it's not. This is definitely not a cave. But how can I resist? Yeah, this is kind of feeling familiar. Does this really just go down to the valley I was just in? Because that would be... Yeah, I've definitely been here before. Because there used to be saplings there. I don't think this moose was here at the time, though. Okay, I'm not sure if that's my campfire or not. There should be like a backpacker up here. No? Well, no one ever accused me of having a good memory, but I've definitely been here. And I'm kind of down bad for food enough that I'll spend the 3 minutes to get that 0.7 kilograms of meat. Just slice, slice, slice. Yeah, those must have been rose hips. Wow, that means that branches don't grow back in like, what, 150 days? It's kind of rough. I feel like that makes it very necessary to stay near the coast where you can get replenishment of branches and things like that from the flotsam. Okay. Let's head down and find a...
My head feel thick.
Well, your head was always thick, Mackenzie. Let's head down and find a cave. And just maybe sleep for an hour or two and hope the blizzard goes away. There should be a cave over here. And also another climb down zone. This place has a lot of pre-placed ropes. Okay, there's our climb down zone, so our cave should be this way. Did I leave anything by here? I think I might have. Guess not. I'm pretty sure I climbed down that rope to get into the main area that we entered with the bear. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so this is actually back near where, like, extremely... Oh, ice cave.
Die.
Yeah. Extremely close to where I originally spawned. How nostalgic. I don't really remember what I did in this ice cave, though. In fact, maybe it's best to not go in too deep due to the darkness. Okay, I have a recollection of this. I don't remember where the exit is over there. But I want to stay up here just until the blizzard ends at least. In order to do a little bit of surveying. So, let's get a quick nap in. See what 1 hour will do for us. Okay, excellent. So this it ought to be... Yeah, here's the ice cave, so this is exactly where we are. We walked around. Let's head over to the right and do some charcoaling, and then work our way back to that signal fire. Because if I remember, there's actually not too much to be had up here. There may be a crashed airplane. It may have been a different cliff. But there may be. On the plus side, I don't remember there being any wolves. On the downside, there have been situations where I've been up on a cliff plateau that I thought shouldn't have any wolves. And it turned out to not have wolves. Meaning it had wolves. Always better safe. Okay. Let's walk. I am heartened by the fact that I have not heard an awoo in quite some time. Okay, this is looking kind of barren though. Well, there's an awoo, but it is extremely far. Very far. Okay, eat, drink, and be merry. Let's see. I guess we can do another charcoal at the bend up here. And sketch. Looking good. Now, where is this going to end up? Highly probable that that is also... Yeah, I remember this. This path used to be covered by scrub rushes, but I cleared a few away. But it was cold, so I needed the fire to do it. I remember that. And I also believe going this way will end up at that plane. Is it worth charcoal? Not here. Okay, there's the... I didn't realize this was walkable, huh? Let's go over here. I don't recall a way down, so we should end up at a dead end eventually. But until then, oh hey, a cave. And if that's not on the map, I guess that's Lonely Cave. It's charcoal. It is Lonely Cave. Okay, so that frozen corpse might be the airplane. It's got to be somewhere here, right? Perhaps I just have the entire wrong cliff remembered. I'm sure there's one around here somewhere. There it is. Hello. Yeah, I definitely searched this whole thing. Not that there was much to begin with. Yep, empty, empty. Empty. Huh. I wonder if that feels jumpable, but it also feels like I don't want to jump it. A little bit too high risk for my tastes. Okay, so that's all that. I think it's time to head back. We'll do a charcoal in the middle of that last bit and try to get down that rope before we lose fatigue. Actually, double check the Lonely Cave. I don't recall if I saw this or not when I was coming over. I feel like I probably did because that looks like a campfire I'd place.
The sun's setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
Okay, hard to tell. But this definitely looks like a campfire I would place. Right? Yeah, I forgot. Need to get to that place to survey before it gets dark. That was perhaps something of a blunder. I guess we'll find out. But it remains to be seen. Yeah, I guess plants just don't grow back. But the scrub brush that I cleared still cleared. Those birch/maple saplings still cleared. The more you know, I suppose. Now, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. But to be honest, I kind of had the assumption that they would sort of give a nod to gaminess, not of the meat, but of the game itself. I suppose it's a little bit more hardcore than I thought it was. I'm going to check to see if there's a pass off to the right up here. Or if, like before, as I mentioned, perhaps it's just a strange gap in the surveying mechanic. That woo is far away, but not so far that I'd be confident it's not up on the plateau with us. So there may be a ninja wolf that shimmied up the rope, try to hunt us down. We clear? Looking clear. Oh, an acorn tree. So, when I was here the first time, I didn't even know that... Yeah, a ninja wolf. How did that... I see you, punk. What to do? I guess we just let him walk up there. I kind of want to go up there to do the survey. Ooh, this is dilemmas. Acorn dilemmas. More acorn dilemmas. So as I was saying, I think I walked right by these acorn trees and I didn't even notice them on these things on the ground. In my defense, it was also blizzarding most of the time. Over here too, yeah. I think you need 4 sets of acorn to do 1 cup of acorn tea. Oh, but you also need that heavy hammer. Interesting. Another dilemma. Okay. We're entering Mortal Kombat. Come on, punk. Sneak up on your backside. Yeah, come on, punk. Come on, punk. Yeah, get sniped, son. Well, there goes the concern about the food situation. Bruh. Right in your snout. Okay. Don't want to forget about surveying in the right now while it's still bright out. Then we'll go and harvest. Harvest something fluffy. For something savory. Alright. And maybe just around this corner. Ooh, it's kind of getting dark. Come on, come on. And quick, dang. Sudden low visibility. My plans have been foiled again. Well, I guess with the wolf we can spend the night up here, so it's not that big a deal. Okay, so we actually do this and this. Okay. Probably not going to use the hide and the gut, but let's harvest. Just because it would be a shame to leave anything behind.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay, and hope we can find that ice cave. Should be close. Should be close indeed. Alright, looking good. So let's ice cave, actually maybe drop the pelts. Because it's actually extremely bright. Quite grateful for that. It's already a campfire. We have some meat. We have water. So let's start by drop, 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 and keep the saplings on us. Start fire, stick. Our savior. Burn, burn, burn. As long as we don't roll a 1 out of 20, we're okay.
Come on.
Come on. And then we can get cooking.
That did it.
Alright. Spirit of Gordon Ramsay, I beseech thee. Guide my hand. And we have a pot. Next level cooking equipment. Make a little bit of water. Fuel, we can use coal, I suppose. Not the worst thing in the world. Okay, looking good. Quite good. Actually, I probably should have. Definitely should have. Double cooked. 38. It's not quite enough. Need more sticks. And probably a fourth. 28, 37, 28. Forward, and we place the last. El último. Alright. 45 minutes can probably do a liter of water. Yeah. Okay. Eat, drink, be merry, etc. And I guess just wait for this to boil. Fantastic. Pick up. Wait for that thing to burn out. Take a quick 8-hour nap in the meantime. This floor geometry is brutal. Sleepy time guy. And we wake as if from a dream. I cannot believe that wolf climbed up a rope just to chase. Okay, take the charcoal. Make sure it's daylight enough. And head out. Okay, make sure we're clear up here. Hopefully this snow isn't so heavy that it stops from surveying. You never know, but I don't think it should be. Let's step. Not break our ankle. Alright. Come on, geometry, let us up. And survey. Okay, looking good. Maybe one more charcoal over there. But if it's not to be, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. All right. Small shortcuts. Tiny optimizations. I'm practically a speedrunner already. Plank, plank. Yeah, one more charcoal kind of up in this area and it should be golden. Couple sticks. This should do. Oh yeah. And that should be it for this upper area. Which means we just head over, pick up what we can pick up, go down the rope, and then I guess get ready to go into that lower area, that caldera looking place. This Twin Falls area. Yeah. Should be good. I better not have heard a paw pad just now. Okay, we got rabbits. Should be safe. Actually, how is our rabbit stuff? 77 and 92. I guess that's okay. Okay. Wait, the mysterious signal fire burned down? What? I mean, I guess. Do not know what that is about at all. Okay, so we are almost at the capacity limit. Oh, I missed this. They went in but never came out. I waited 5 days, no more. Went in where? Oh, there. Well, I guess that maybe is the next place to go. Because that should actually be walkable from just down this rope without having to go through other ropes. Alright. Head down. Actually, maybe find a cave? I think maybe find a cave or some spot to hunker down that's warmer. But if I were a cave, just about where would I be? Maybe we can get all the way over there. Guess it's worth a shot.
Too much stuff to carry.
Let's see, we can probably drop some coal. Make a mark here. Because I will forget where it is. And then start walking. It's not too far. How much charcoal do we have? Only one. Best saved until we get over there. Let's take the pot. And probably only carry 5-ish kilos. What does this get? I guess it can get frozen. Keep a couple of that. The guts and the bear hides are doing nothing out here. They need to be inside to start. Well, they can scent me up, but they need to be inside to start curing. I think, yeah, well, that's small enough. Let's see. Kind of low on food. Let me leave this here. Just so that food mark isn't a complete lie. And let's head out. I feel like, temperature-wise, not a huge amount of leeway that we're about to have. It is brutal walking into the wind while also encumbered. I wonder if that's walkable. Looks like it might be, but I think there's a better odd of finding good stuff on the other side of this boulder here. At least that's what I tell myself. Could also be... Did I pick up... Yeah, I did pick up the arrow from that wolf.
My fingers feel numb.
How many broken arrows do I have? None. Did I lose an arrow? I think yeah, definitely lost one arrow at least. I shot a wolf from the top of this stone arch structure and it ran away, of course. So there should be a wolf arrow, not a wolf arrow, a wolf body with an arrow somewhere in this area, generally. But there's also a bear, which I'm more worried about. There it is. Mr. Winnie the Pooh. And so, on account of it being kind of cold and it being kind of at risk of a blizzard, sort of keep our eye on the prize going up north here. Hello. Are you hunting me already? You look like you're moving with a purpose. Well, if I was worried about food, it's less of a concern now. Hey, bud. You gotta be kidding. At least you're running. That was one heck of an overshoot. Okay. Keep it moving. It'll be back almost certainly. Okay. Hello to you.
I could use this.
I have so many hunting knives now. Okay, this looks climbable. Okay, I guess that's another way down. We don't want to go down quite yet. Alright, we're moving. We're moving. Let's see. They said, warn them not to go in. Go in where? Is my question. Thinking on it, that wolf was tracking pretty aggressively. Let's go to the top of this hill and do a charcoal. The last charcoal, I think. That's a ravine we're seeing, and I think it's right up there. I want to be on the steep incline. Are you the wolf I shot earlier? You are the wolf I shot earlier. Let's go up first. My wolf detection algorithm in my eyes is apparently pretty advanced. Okay, that, I want to go up here. Because this looks passable. If only we brushed a scrub. Honestly, wasn't expecting it to clear the whole thing.
That'll come in handy.
I love a revolver cartridge. Is there a vista around here? Because that would be ideal. I guess not. So, let's not waste time, do a charcoal. Okay, I am not near where I thought I was. I thought we were over here.
Can't feel my feet.
Okay, not the worst thing in the world. Certainly could be worse. And come back later. Oops. But for now, let's go and get that wolf. That was somewhere over in this direction. I believe it was somewhere over in this direction. There it is. Talk about sneaky. Alright, where's my arrow? And maybe more importantly, where's your hitbox? Dude, come on. Come on, what is this? What is this? I've been robbed. Oh. I saw it say frozen. There we go. There we go. Okay, perfect. That's a lot of meat, actually. Okay, this is probably getting... Actually, we're just in a little bit of cover, so it's not painful temperature-wise.
It's starting to weigh me down.
Now, we do need to be careful. I'm almost certainly got 3 scent marks right now. I want that arrow back, though. Give it to me. Give me my arrow. Also quite slow. So we need to find cover to cook this. Which I'm not seeing in this area, so let's head west and hope we find something. I want those birch plants. Do I have any arrowheads on me? Just the one, huh? Anything good in terms of defensive structures? I'm not seeing anything. Okay, if there's a fire pit over here, I'll check it for charcoal. Okay, excellent. Man, there's actually a lot of good stuff in this region that I just completely walked by because I didn't know it was here. Oh wow, that's a lot of birch actually. There's a rope. Yeah, I didn't go anywhere up here before. Okay. Now, if I were in a nice little cave, where would I be hiding? Maybe somewhere down here? I would be hiding down here. Or would I be hiding up there? This cave, rose hips, cattail into cave. There it is. Okay. I kind of don't want to have to climb down to get to it though, because that is very expensive stamina-wise. I'm gonna have to go down eventually. Let's eat to get rid of some of this weight. Maybe walk a little bit faster. Okay, there we go. Marginal improvement. You're very distant awoos. Less distant awoos that way. I was hoping there'd be a way across. But I'm not seeing one yet. If there's a way to walk down to get to the bottom of this ravine, that would be ideal. Because I'd like to go into that cave, but I would not like to... Is this walkable? No. But I would not like to go down a rope to get to it. Because that means to get out, you have to go up the rope. And that's what gets you. But we are getting kind of close. There we go. This is walkable. Okay. Perfect. think it's walkable. Oh, the hushed river. They said the name. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, safe. Now let's hit up that cave. Start a fire, cook some meat. And then maybe call it there. Oops. Gee, what is this? I have no cooking pot recipes. Actually, I warned them not to go in. I waited 5 days. I feel like that should be somewhere near here. Oh well, cave first. Then we can deal with that tomorrow. Now, I'm sure these are famous last words given the ninja wolf from the plateau before. So I'm feeling pretty safe down here. But you never know. Maybe this is actually Metal Gear Solid and Sniper Wolf is somewhere up on these cliffs. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Okay, there's the rope. I do hear awoos, but they're definitely too far away to be inside this river valley. Which I am not going to complain about. But I do want to get some more combustibles for a longer fire. Because I have no charcoal. I have one charcoal and I must scream. Okay. Make sure nothing is sleeping inside. You're looking good. Alright, we got cedar firewood. Looks like we got some coal. Very nice. Should be plenty. Plenty of charcoal. And I wonder, can I drop the pelts here? Let's see if it says cured at all. Okay, so this is sufficiently indoors. Perfect. So let's actually mark this as having some stuff. This is indoors still. Let's put it on the edge of the cave. And just in time, right? We got a surprise blizzard. Whoosh. Alright, perfection. Okay, so let's take a little nap, get the save, and then call it here. Alright, saving and saved. Well, as before, I've been Yuchi. And you know I've been trying. See you on the flip side.